Hi guys, EBPMAN with tabletsforme.com, and today we're going to take a look at a product from iBOLT. And this is the xProDock for the Samsung Galaxy S4, 3, Note 2, and specifically we're going to be looking at this with the Note 3. Alright, so let's take a look and see what's in the box. First of all, what we have is our dock. Okay, we'll look at this dock in a couple minutes. We'll put this aside. We have the actual mount. Okay, so this is the actual mount itself. This is what would go attach to your windshield. And what's special about this mount, and I'll tell you, I've been trying this for the last couple of days, is that it has a sticky surface. And if I were to touch this, I don't know if you can see that, but it sticks. It's a very sticky surface. So not only does it provide suction to mount onto the windshield or your dashboard, because this will also work on your dashboard, but it actually has like a sticky feature to it. It has a sticky finish to it that provides, again, safe adhesion to your windshield or your, I put this even on my dashboard. So that stickiness is a great feature, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. So we have that. We actually have, this is this little nut for tightening that base that we just saw. It also comes with this circular disc. So this is if you want to, let's say, take off this 3M finish sticky side and actually put it on your dash. And that way you'd be mounting it on your dash and on your windshield. So that comes in the box. In addition to that, we have this instruction card that talks about, it's actually features. So on the back it tells you a little bit about how to connect it and how to mount it. But on this side, which I find very invaluable, is a software that's available on the Android marketplace that you can download that gives you the ability to have like a little dock experience with the actual phone. So you'll notice how we're going to demo this a little bit later, but you basically get the weather, you get also a compass. There's some other features, some really nice features that come with it that allow you to get some shortcuts that you typically wouldn't have access to when you have your phone just mounted on a dock. So once again, in the box, what you have is this instruction card, this mounting disc, this little nut right here that you'd use in conjunction with this piece right here, and we'll show you how you mount that. And then you have your actual dock itself. Let's take a look at the device and see how it works. All right, so let's look at the dock for a couple minutes. So first of all, one of the things I have to say is that this dock, it's incredible. It's so well made. It doesn't feel in any way, shape, or form that it is cheaply made. Every aspect of it is well done, and let me highlight a lot of them. So first of all, you have, we'll go with this USB cable. Look at this USB cable. Ginormously long. This is a 9-foot USB cable that you can use to mount your phone either in the center, on the left, or the right, and you'll never have to worry about not having a cable that's long enough. This will reach in my car all the way to the back as well of my car, 9 foot long. It has a splitter. You'll notice that right here it has this connection here where it splits into two areas. And basically what you have is a audio jack that you can plug into your car, especially if your car is in a Bluetooth car, and you can plug this in so you can hear the navigation commands, music, whatnot's coming from your phone through your audio speakers. And then it has a USB connection, so if your car has a USB port, you can plug this in. If it doesn't, you just have to buy one of those adapters that you see online on Amazon or in your local store that allows you to plug in and charge from a USB. The actual cables are run through the back. This cable gets run through the back, and you notice how nice and clean this cable comes in, and it's covered up nicely here. And it basically comes out through this side, and this is what connects to your phone to keep it charged. It also has these two rocker arms which move forward, each one by moving this clip. So it allows you to have a phone that, if you carry your phones naked where you have no case, it closes in, so that gives you a tight fit. It also opens up wide enough, as you can see here, so that if you have an outer box case, you don't have to worry about taking your phone out of the outer box case, which is kind of one of the largest or biggest cases that you have out there. It has this spring that clasps your phone down. And let me just show you how strong this is. I'm just going to push it up, and then we'll let it go. See that? That's how much force is in there. Your phone is never going to fall off. Absolutely not. I was very impressed with how sturdy the phone was when it went into the actual unit itself. And I'm going to take my phone, and I'm just going to do one of these things. I find that this is the easiest thing since that spring is so strong. When I have it in here, here's my Note. You'll notice that this is not going anywhere. I'm holding it like this. it's not going to fall out. It's very sturdy, very strong, and you'll notice that here on the side, enough room, and I have a case, okay? So if I had my OtterBox, I just push this leg out a little bit further like this, and you notice how much space I have still left over, so I really can have a heavy-duty case and never remove it from my phone. So, and as mentioned, as this cable basically, even though your Note is a USB 3.0, has USB 3.0 charging, you can fit this in the USB 2.0 connector, just like this, and charge it without a problem. So let's take the Note out for a second. And I'll tell you, this is a very strong spring, so let me show you now the back. And on the back side, what you do is you take this mounting piece, put this like this, and it goes basically in the back, and you tighten it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and push this in. You'll see me, I'm going to tighten it. It's pushed in now, and I'm going to tighten it a little bit. And as it tightens, what it's doing is those threads that are there are basically closing so that this becomes more sturdy. Okay, so you notice how I can move it. As soon as I tighten it up, it's not moving at all. So I'm going to loosen it up so I can adjust it. Now, one of the things that I wanted to highlight is this surface that we have here. This is kind of a really tacky, sticky surface. It basically sticks and provides additional suction or adhesion to your windshield or to that mounting disc that you choose. I put this on my car. It did not budge. I even had a hard time getting it off. You have this little tab right here that you use to pull it off. And I'll tell you, it was there and it was not going to move. I put this on my kitchen table and I put the suction down, and when I pulled up, I literally raised the table. This thing would not come off. So this is a great suction mount, and if you've used any device like this in the past, you know how annoying it is when you're driving, all of a sudden your phone falls down. No worries when it comes to this device. So this device will not only will it support the Note, as I showed you right here, it will support some of the smaller devices. This is an S3, so if I put my S3 in here, you'll notice without a problem, I'll just use that same technique from the bottom up. My S3 is here, no problems. It will not come out, right? And as it's mounted with that suction cup, it's not going anywhere. It will fit my S4. It has a wide range. Notice how much space you get there. So you can have a fairly large size phone there without a problem, and then you have these adjustment mounts. So that was the actual hardware itself. We'll shoot a video of it inside of a vehicle and showing you some of the software that comes with the xProDock from this wonderful company called iBOLT. All right, so we're going to take a look at the car mount here from iBOLT. And the first thing I want to do is show you a comparison between the two suction pads. This is a traditional suction pad that I have for a different phone holder. And as you put it on the screen or on the actual windshield, you'll notice that it comes off rather easily. You know, while it does stick there, you notice that just by tapping it, it really has no suction until you actually use the actual suction portion of this mount to actually create some type of suction by pushing it up like this. Well, even after that, it still comes off rather easily. So, and that's because this surface here isn't really sticky or doesn't provide any additional support outside of the suction that is created by leveraging this clasp right here, this lock. Now, when I look at the iBOLT, remember we talked about the surface being sticky. So you notice how I take it off? Now, when I put it on the window, and I leave it here, notice this. I can't take this thing off. I have to take it off this way. Now again, I'll just stick that up there just so you can see. I'm going to take the traditional one, stick it up here. Now watch, all I'm going to do is this. You see that? That's not going to come off. That's not, again, I haven't even locked this into position. That's just with the sticky stuff that it has. Now this portion, I even put it onto my car, and even though I have a GPS, just to illustrate in the demonstration, that this stickiness that it has here really provides a good amount of I would say, stickiness onto the windshield before even locking it into place. So you can imagine how sturdy it becomes once we actually put on the lock. All right, so remember the cable. I mounted my iBOLT, and I actually put it into lock by pressing that button. and it's I can tighten the back if I want to tighten like the angle. You know, I can do one of these things left, right, and I can adjust it to a certain position where I don't want it to move anymore by twisting this knob. And once the knob is twisted and in place or tightened, this is not going to move. It's not going to move left or right. Tighten a little bit more, and it'll be right in position. Remember, this is what I'll use to connect my phone to. So this will be my charger. And remember this long cable that's used to provide power. Again, very, very long cable. I have here a car charger, right, that would go into my cigarette lighter, and this is actually a neat one that you'll see a review on my channel very soon that supports 3 different devices. So I'm just going to do is plug it into one so I can have some power and plug it into the actual lighter. Okay, to mount your phone, remember I told you, and this is how I just like doing it. I like, now that it's securely on the screen or on the windshield, all I'm going to do is start from the bottom up like this and put it in position. Again, the way I like doing it is because of the spring being so strong and secure, I like starting from the bottom up like this. I'll push up and put it into position. And once it's in position, all I'll have to do is put this into my USB 2.0 charger. Let me move this around, port that's here on the side. And once that's done, you notice that my phone is now turned on. So, okay, so here's the software that I've launched that is available on the Android market from iBOLT. And what it does is it gives you a really nice, I would say, navigational view of what's going on your phone. So here is the docked mode, right? I have the ability to make a phone call. I can go into maps easily to see where I'm at. I can, there's again, different applications here that come pre-installed, you know, so that you automatically send a text message back to the person who sends you a text message that you can't answer. The one thing I do like is that with Android 4.3, especially in the Samsung implementation, they did away with the navigation icon. So you really have to go to Maps to get nav. This, the shortcut is still here, so this is great. I actually like it because I can tap it and go into navigation. Contacts, you also have different areas that you can put additional shortcuts, and simply all you have to do is you tap on the screen and then you just choose what shortcut you want to add to the screen. You'll see here that you have a speedometer telling you your speed. You also have something telling you your it's a compass telling you your navigation, north, south, east, and west. And you'll notice up here that you see your address. It's giving you an approximation of where you are on the street. So if you tap here, it's going to show you your speed. You can adjust actually the brightness of your screen. If I tap here, this will give you a compass view, and it will give you additional information as the vehicle starts driving. It will give you also, on both screens, it tells you an approximate location, at least from your address. By tapping on your speedometer here, or your compass in this case, it takes you back to the previous screen. So all in all, I like this interface. It makes it very simple to have your phone and use it as a GPS.